Nowadays, it's very important for us to know who to trust. Lalo na sa pagbili ng sasakyan. Sobrang daming pwedeng pagbilian pero iilan lang ang totoong maaasahan. Who doesn't want an easy and convenient car buying process? Who should we trust to get all your car buying needs? AutoDeal has all the answers. AutoDeal is an all-in-one platform for your car needs. It makes your car buying experience worthy and more convenient. Up to 450 highly rated car dealers nationwide pa ang pwedeng pagpilian. So what are you waiting for? Simplify your car buying journey and get the best deal at autodeal.com.ph.
Hello? Hello?
Podcast Network Asia.
Hey guys, welcome back to Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. Now exclusively on Spotify, powered by Anchor. My name is Alec Cuenca and I'm your host. And if this is your first time listening to the podcast, then welcome to the show. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. And if you do, go ahead and check out the other amazing episodes that we have here only on Spotify. And also, if this is your nth time listening to the podcast, if you've been an avid listener of the podcast, welcome back. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so excited that you are still here learning more about personal development. And I'm just freaking excited right now because I have one of the really inspiring people that I've met recently. And I'm just so excited to learn from this guy. And so, quick backstory, medyo napatagal na yung kwentuhan namin from off the record, but I really admire this person. This person shared his story before, and I really want to dive into that. But this person is one of the top financial planners in the country, and also he is a content creator with over 200,000 followers online. He creates content not just about motivation, inspiration, and finances, but also about different investments, especially in the Web3. And so I want to welcome to the show a good friend, MJ Aguilar. Welcome to the show.
Hi!
Yeah, nakakatuwa talaga whenever I get people here and just, try this new podcast recording setup. But yeah, MJ, again, thank you for being here. I really honor you for your energy, for your time, and for your presence just being here. And yeah, I know that a lot of people will learn a lot from this episode. So I want to dive deep right in. So when you started your personal journey, what was the moment when you decided that I really want to help people? I really want to be out there and I just really want to serve and transform people's lives?
I guess it started when I saw my dad, parang first time niyang ma-engage sa network marketing. Yan yung pinaka-story niyan eh. Kasi ang pangalan niya ay Mel. No? Parang ako din, Mel. Diyan ako yun. Pangalan niya Mel. Tapos tawag siya, yung mga kasama niya sa group, parang, si Mel, Melyonario. Si Melyonario. So doon ako basically na-open na, kasi ano siya before parang may construction business siya, ganyan. So, okay yung business niya, but the thing is, he's always stressed.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, maganda, komportable yung buhay, but parang kulang in terms of relationship, in terms of our connection. Siguro dahil wala siyang time. O siguro ganun niya i-express yung pagmamahal niya sa amin. Being a good provider. Which I really appreciate, bro, kasi talagang naging komportable yung buhay namin. So, marami siyang mga racket-racket. Ako naman, I really admire my dad. Especially kasi kinikwentuhan niya ako ng mga buhay niya before. Siguro ganun yung mga dad, no? To motivate us, ganyan. Tapos, dinala niya ako nakita ko yung bahay, bro, ng kung saan siya nanggaling. Dinala niya ako sa Iloilo. Parang plano na niyang ipagawa yung bahay, ipaayos pa semento ng maganda. So, napuntahan ko siya sa Iloilo, tabing dagat. Kubo pa, bro.
Uh-huh.
Kubo. Tapos, syempre, nandun lola ko, ganun. Sabi ng dad ko, natatakot si dad na iwan akong natutulog mag-isa kasi may mga aswang doon. So, basically yun, nakita ko saan siya nanggaling, tapos paano siya naging successful, paano naging komportable yung buhay namin hanggang napatay niya. Na-inspire ako, bro. So parang, I look up to my dad as if he was my mentor. Parang idol ko talaga yung dad ko, bro. Basically. And of course, parang me trying to connect to my dad. Kasi ang experience ko sa kanya, in terms of emotions, di ko masabi kung happy siya, proud siya, excited. Pero alam ko, pag galit siya. Ganun. So, hindi ko alam. So, I was really trying to connect to my dad. Parang ako yung nagre-reach out. Ako yung sumasama sa mga gimmick niya, sa mga lakad niya. Ako yung mga nagtatanong. Up until 2014, he was diagnosed with cancer. And then, I realized na kahit gaano ka successful sa business, kahit may cash flow or may cash reserve ka or emergency fund, especially pag nasa negosyo ka, kulang yon kasi majority ng emergency fund mo pampaikot ng negosyo. Sa business, hindi laging maganda yung singilan. Sometimes nade-delay yung pagsingil sa client. Tuloy-tuloy yung labor. So, pasahod. Dun siya nai-stress eh. Pag nade-delay yung client, nagpapasahod siya or may mga iba pa siyang order sa iba pang supplier. So, kulang talaga yung meron kami. Kahit gaano siya ka-successful at dami nang naipundar. Kulang. So, nag-liquidate, nagsangla, nag-stop ako sa school. Tapos sa school yung mga kapatid ko. Up until he passed away. And then, I met Ross. He showed me how financial planning is so valuable. And then, during that time, I realized na, okay, hindi irresponsible yung dad ko or hindi siya masamang tao. Hindi siya mali. Dahil wala siyang, or hindi na plano ng maayos ang finances niya. I realized maybe it's just that no one cared enough to talk about how important financial planning is to our family. And when I realized that, sabi ko sa sarili ko, this is what I want to do moving forward. I want to do this for the rest of my life, and I want to reach out to as many people as I can so that majority or maraming Filipinos would be able to take financial planning seriously. And when someone happens sa family or maybe sa breadwinner, hindi nila ma-experience yung na-experience namin. Kasi wala kaming pinamana, bro eh. Utang dahil kulang pa sa sa ospital. So, doon ako nag-start talaga. That backstory and that turning point. So, yan.
Yeah, what I'm really interested in, because now, when people see your content or pag nakikita nila yung ginagawa mo offline, they would really see this really fired up, passionate, let's go, let's get it. But hearing your story, there was a lot of healing involved, especially knowing that your dad passed away. And I know na hindi naman siya agad-agad. So I want to ask, before we dive into the deeper personal development and personal mastery stuff, what was your healing process? How did it look like? Because I feel like losing someone, you really don't know how you could handle yourself emotionally unless you've lost someone that you really love. So how was the healing process?
Sabihin ko na, bro, siguro nakatulong ng malaki yung discovery. Kasi when I took discovery, of course, employee ako ni Ras, no? So libre-libre yun, di ba? So, tsaka, the first day, nag-attend ako ng discovery. Day 1 pa lang. So, I went full out, yung mga exercises doon. So, after nung day 1, punta ako sa hospital kasi doon ako matutulog. The venue is somewhere here in Mandaluyong lang din. So, yung dad ko nasa hospital ng Pasig.
Oh, wow.
Dito. So, malapit lang. So, Cavite pa ako eh. So, dito ako tulog. So, day 1, sabi ko, parang resistant pa rin naman talaga ako. Hindi ko pa alam talaga itsura ng full out. Diba yung nasasabi sa discovery? So, parang homework. Wala na akong choice. Kaya ako gawin to. So, yun. That was the first time that we said, I love you to each other. Wow. But, medyo, in a way, medyo may konting regrets kasi bakit nasa ospital yung dad ko, naninilaw na yung paa na mamanas na, parang mahina na talaga siya. Bakit dun ko pa na-experience magsabihan ng I love you sa aming dalawa? So, but, the feeling was relief. And, I guess yun yung start nung healing. Parang, all the time ako lang pala yung nagja-judge na hindi okay mag-I love you.
Mm-mm.
At maging vulnerable sa dad ko. Parang medyo masculine kasi yung dad ko eh.
Aha. And parang karamihan din ng mga tao, parang lalo na sa mga lalaki, hindi talaga tayo na-train or na-build ng culture na mag-express ng feelings natin.
Yeah.
Right.
So the feeling was relief, and then back ako ng day 2 discovery, 6 days after, my dad passed away. And then, nung may taping pa ako noon, bro, papunta dapat akong ABS-CBN, be careful. So, doon ako mag-i-stay dapat sa hospital. But, nasa Coastal Mall ako, tumatawag nanay ko, umiiyak na. So, nag-taxi na ako, dali-dali. So, nabutan ko pa yung dad ko, as in, nasa kama, tapos napapalibutan siya ng mga nurses, umiiyak yung mom ko. Tapos, parang, nakaganon yung mata niya, nakapikit yung isa, tapos nakadilat pa ng konti yung isa, bro. Pagpunta ko, parang ngumiti siya bahagya. Tapos, sa kanya pinikit. Sa totoo lang, during that time, medyo hindi pa nagre-register sa akin na wala na siya, bro. Parang, I just feel like, tulog. Yon. So, ano ba tawag doon? Yung wake? Mm-hmm. Yung wake. So, may mga, doon, parang hindi ako umiyak eh. Ever since, nung namatay siya. Parang, nung nagsalita lang ako, nag-share ako ng, parang, eulogy ba yung tawag?
Yeah, eulogy.
Eulogy. Doon lang ako talaga bumuhos na shit, wala na talaga pala yung dad ko. And then, siya talaga eh. It's up until I realized, 6 months after, nung nagwo-work na ako, na parang pagod na ako. Parang hindi ko to ginagawa, hindi man ako nagtatrabaho dati ng ganito na parang narealize ko lang, ganito pala kahirap maging breadwinner. Ganun. Tapos parang there was one time, parang hindi ko alam anong pumasok sa isip ko, but kinuha ko yung phone ko and punta ako sa phone book. Tapos gusto ko siyang tawagan, bro. Gusto ko siyang i-text. Tapos narealize ko, shit, hindi na pala ito magre-reply. Hindi na ito magre-respond. Doon lang ako nag-breakdown talaga, bro. Doon lang ako talaga umiyak, nag-mourn. Kasi hindi ko, parang tulog lang siya eh. Para lang siyang nagpunta ng ibang bansa eh. Nung narealize ko na hindi na siya magre-reply, doon lang talaga siya nag-hit sa akin. And I guess, allowing myself to go through that process na mag-mourn, to release yung hurt, yung loss, doon pinaka nag-start yung healing process. I guess it's really about acknowledging and accepting what happened and releasing it in a responsible way. And nung parang na-release ko na siya, parang wala na, ubos na eh. So parang doon lang naturally nag-start yung rebuilding process ko.
I love that. And I just really want to say, I want to honor you for your vulnerability, for sharing that story. And I know a lot of people can relate to that as well, whether it's not really a loss of someone that they love, but essentially we all experience different losses in our lives. So whether it's a breakup or anything, and sometimes dumadaan nga dun sa process na, hindi, andiyan pa yan, or hindi, babalik yan, or something like that. But one thing that you really said that kind of interested me was release responsibly. Sabi mo, it's important that you acknowledge it, you accept it, and then you release the emotion responsibly. How does releasing responsibly look like? And ano yung mga ways to release irresponsibly naman para maiwasan din ng mga tao?
I guess sa madaling salita, when you say release responsibly, yung bang walang ibang taong maapektuhan. Walang masaktan, ganyan. Kumbaga, marirelease ko siya na, kunwari, parang sample, susulat ko yung mga nararamdaman ko. Pupunitin ko siya if I feel angry about it or what. Just releasing it energetically. Yung releasing irresponsibly, ito yung, I guess hindi mo siya yung releasing irresponsibly, lumalabas siya kung hindi ko siya na-release responsibly. Parang yun yung nagiging consequence. Parang dahil naipon, hindi ko siya in-acknowledge. So nababato ko ngayon or nare-release ko unconsciously sa ibang tao or sa kung anumang pwedeng mangyari na may mataong maapektuhan at masasaktan.
Yeah, I love that kasi parang dun din babalik sa concept talaga na hurt people hurt other people eh. Na hindi natin namamalayan na kaya tayo nananakit, kahit ayaw natin saktan yung mga tao sa paligid natin, na nagpapasa tayo ng pain. Kasi meron tayong pain na hindi nare-release. Diba? And now that you've went into this space, that you were able to release it, and then you were able to rebuild yourself, what was the principle or what kind of lesson na talagang na pinanghawakan mo dun sa nagsisimula ka na, okay, move forward na tayo, let's move forward with our lives? What was the lesson that na pinapaalala mo sa sarili mo during those times?
Actually, bro, sa totoo lang, medyo grind na kasi talaga ako nun eh. Parang
okay.
Wala akong masyadong time mag-reflect during that time because parang yung belief system ko before, kailangan ko dahil ito yung nakita ko sa dad ko, kailangan ko magtrabaho ng matindi para mabigyan ng comfortable life yung family ko. And I guess looking back at it right now that you have asked that, it's not more of a lesson, but what I feel during that time, even though nahihirapan ako, papagod ako, nagka-alopecia pa ako dahil sa stress, it's really love eh.
Mm-hmm.
Parang I'm doing this because I love my family. I don't want them to experience the hardships that I'm experiencing right now. Kasi na-experience kong wala akong pambili ng ulam, bro. Alam mo yung pares-pares sa kanto na street food. Oo, yan.
Mga nakakart pa.
Oo, pare, nakakart talaga. Yung pares, tapos parang 35 ata siya, 40 pesos. Yeah. 20 pesos lang talaga yung budget ko, bro, pang dinner. So, 2 kanin yun, tapos hihingi ako ng sabaw. Andy, sabaw naman eh. Mm-hmm. Minsan na kuha-kuha ng sabaw si kuya, may nalalaglag na laman, bro.
Freebies.
Freebies. So, yun yung dinner ko, bro. Pero sa totoo lang, during that time, naiiyak ako kasi lalakad ako pa uwi eh. Dahil sayang yung pamasahe, pambayad ko ng ng rent. So, sabi ko talaga, promise ko talaga, never my family would ever experience this. So, it's really about, love na hindi ako papayag na hanggang dito lang ako. Hindi ako papayag na hindi kami aangat sa buhay or may babalik yung comfort na pina-experience sa amin ni Dad. Kung may pagkakataon at pagkakaloob ng Diyos, gusto ko pang mas magandang buhay yung na-experience namin nung buhay pa si Dad.
Mm-hmm.
And I could say right now, just to inspire, no?
Yeah.
Parang yung mom ko na rin nagsabi, alam mo, first time kong nagpunta ng ibang bansa na hindi ko na-experience nung buhay pa si Daddy.
Yeah.
So it's the lesson I don't really know, but it's what I feel like it's full of love. Yeah. I love what I do. I love my dreams. I love my promise to my family. I love my family.
And I think it's one of the strongest motivators. It's one of the strongest force. Love is the strongest force in this world. And if we can direct that for our success or for whatever goals and dreams that we want, it's much easier for us kasi now we're not acting based on fear.
Yeah.
Right? Na, baka wala, baka hindi kami. Pero now you're acting out of love. No, I'm doing this out of love.
I agree, bro. Kasi sa totoo lang, ang dami kong fears, ang dami kong doubts. Saan ako mag-uumpisa, especially nasa sales ako nun, sino kakausapin ko, sinong bebenta ako, wala akong connection. I don't know kung mangyayari to, but one thing that I'm certain of, if I keep doing what I'm doing right now, it's just a matter of time.
Love that. And now, you have the results to show for because of the consistency then. And I think that's one of the things that I really admire about you. Your ability to just do it on a consistent basis, but not just consistent. I think one of the first time that I met you, one thing na nakita ko sa'yo, it's not just commitment, it's not just consistency, it's really inspired urgency that you just want to, let's do it, let's make it happen. I could feel your passion in doing that. What kind of, or how important is really having that inspired urgency na, I'm just gonna do it right now. But alam mo yun, kasi yung iba, they're patient. So medyo 50-50 pa rin sila. Darating din yan. So parang hinihintay nila. They're gonna do the work.
Yeah.
Probably. Pero hindi pa rin sila, ikaw nakikita ko, araw-araw, you maximize it. You make sure na you go all out in the everyday do. How important is that? And maybe you could share some advice to them.
I guess 2 principles I've learned throughout my journey na medyo ito yung iniisip ko lagi whenever I have some ideas, I would want to execute it right away. Number 1 is ready, fire, aim. So, ibig sabihin, if may naisip akong gawin, kung di ko pa alam kung paano siya gagawin ko na lang, saka ko i-calibrate or i-adjust ano ba yung dapat, ano ba yung tama, ano ba yung effective. Kasi kung iisipin ko muna, parang ganyan ready, okay, this is the idea, fire, larga na agad, execute na kagad, aim, saka ko pa lang siya talaga i-calibrate or ayusin. Unlike ready, aim, fire, parang okay, idea, and then aim, i-gather ko muna yung information, paano ba yung tama, sobrang daming information, hanggang di na ako nakapag-fire, hanggang di na ako nakapag-execute. So, execute na ako, jump to it right away, saka na lang ako mag-adjust, at least nakapag one step na ako, versus 90% of people who are just still gathering data up until now, na wala pa rin nagagawa. So, that one, may edge na ako over others. Yung isa naman, medyo spiritual to. Parang the ideas I get, these are the ideas na pag yung subconscious mind natin is in the flow. So medyo wala tayong masyadong iniisip consciously, like this is the time na pagkagising natin, nagtututbrush tayo or naliligo tayo or during nagbo-workout tayo. Yung wala tayong intention talaga mag-isip. No? Parang parang light bulb ka, parang ang ganda nitong ideyang to Or during the times na nag-aaral ako, may makuha akong idea, susulat ko kagad. So the reason why I want to execute it right away, because I feel, kaya ako nagkaroon ng idea na yon or yung tawag sa atin ay download, feeling ko yun yung mga answered prayers sa mga pinagdadasal ko. And God is giving me not the tangible result right away, but some ideas or people or inspiration that I need to take action right away. So, kailangan ko siyang gawin because those were the times that I am guided. I feel I am guided. So, pag pinalagpas ko to, it's either mawawala, makakalimutan ko na totally hanggat hindi ko na nagawa. So, I just want to create.
Yeah.
So, whenever I got ideas, if hindi ko siya magagawa, I'll write it down, pabalikan ko siya. Gagawin ko siya kagad. So, yun yung mga nasa isip ko.
Ang ganda. I love the concept about ready, fire, aim. Kasi a lot of people, they're just really paralyzed with the different options. Kasi lalo na ngayon, the social media.
Yeah.
Like the information, parang lahat pwede mong gawin, lahat pwedeng approach. Pero again, it's really finding what works for you well. And you can only do that if you... Of course, meron pa rin parang may direction pa rin na pupuntahan yung bullet mo. Pero hindi ka talaga magiging super, super perfect na. Kailangan bullseye na agad to. Kailangan. So parang fire, then aim again, then fire, and then aim again.
Yeah. Ang naisip ko kasi doon, kung gagawin ko siya agad, fire ka agad ako, makakapunta pa rin naman ako sa tamang direction ko along the way. At least I'm creating already. At meron na ako mga reference experience na hindi ko lang nakuha from YouTube videos or books.
It's you.
So, so experience ko na yun. Unlike, kukuha muna ako ng mga lessons, tapos saka ko siya gagawin. Sayang yung time. Ang dami ko na sanang nagawa nun. Ganon din naman So, that allowed me to get faster where I want to be or get the results that I want faster. Just execute it right away. Then calibrate after.
Yeah. And just, aligning this kasi I'm really... I'm really heavy into the law of attraction, and I feel like hacking the law of attraction is understanding that it is really the law of action. Now, a part of it is the law of action. So if you see right now that you can do it right away, and then you'll attract it, whatever possibility you can have.
Even if you feel you cannot do it, pero sobrang excited ka at alam mo talaga sa puso mo, sobrang pure na gusto mo siyang gawin, just step into it right away.
Yeah. And the second thing that you highlighted was really having the downloads kasi na if you let it pass, parang makakalimutan mo na. And I really love that because one thing that I learned is that our brains are kind of slow of making up, of catching up to ourselves. And of course, our subconscious, yun yung unang pumapasok eh. Yeah. So pag meron kang idea sa subconscious mo, ang mangyayari is, if you don't act on it on time, your conscious mind will give you excuses. It will give you reasons why you can't, why you shouldn't. So you gotta act it right away para yung mga ganong ideas na nagbablock dun sa pinakamagandang idea mo na excited ka, hindi na dumating.
Yeah.
Right? And so one thing that I think a lot of people can relate to that, because of course everyone gets downloads for a moment.
Yeah. Halos araw-araw.
Yeah. Pero again, one thing that stops them is fear.
Yeah.
Like fear of, number one, failure. And number two, yung iba natatakot pa sa success. Fear of success din.
I feel that.
Yeah. How were you able to mitigate that fear or conquer the fears of just that keeps on coming? Because every day it keeps on coming. How do you mitigate or how do you conquer fears in your life?
Love this question. I guess in terms of fears, mas dominant sa akin yung fear of success versus fear of failure. Like, majority nakakausap ko dito sila takot fear of failure. But probably sometimes, baka ma-misinterpret natin yung fear of failure part pala yun, fear of success. Para sa akin, fear of success is parang, if I stay consistent, alam ko magiging successful ako, but merong tinatawag na 99-yarders. Parang you're almost there, tapos bigla kang mag-i-stop, bigla kang mag-quit, bigla kang mag-let go. It's because meron pala akong fear of success. So, wala akong takot to launch or to start things right away. Hindi ako natatakot sa failure because I know failure is just a neutral feedback. But unconsciously, meron akong fear of success kasi parang may lalabas na kung ano man na mas self-sabotage ko yung supposed to be pwede kong magawa or ma-manifest or pwedeng mangyari. So, I realized medyo tied up siya sa or deeply anchored siya sa worthiness issue. Na parang, I'm not worthy to be successful. Parang yun yung mga self-talk ko, ganyan. Or siguro nung time na nagne-networking pa amin ni dad, parang nung kumikita ako ng pera, hindi naman ganun kalaki, pero siyempre tuwang-tuwa ako nung college student, I was able to earn money. Na parang naalala ko, sinasabihan niya ako na mabilis daw lumaki yung ulo ko, ganun. So parang doon na siguro nanggaling yung fear of success ko na, shit, nga, pag naging super successful ako, baka lumaki ulo ko.
Yeah.
Ganyan. So I guess, na-mitigate ito or na-handle ko to or probably unti-unti ko siyang na-overcome because I cannot fully say na na-overcome ko na siya. Parang along the way, it's still showing up . Yep. So it's a conscious effort for me still to work it out. And one practice that allowed me to, number one, be constantly aware whenever that belief shows up is through the practice of daily grounding and daily meditation. Parang for me, every single day, yung communication natin palabas palagi . Yung senses natin palabas . And when I close my eyes, when I start meditating, the communication naman is all about going inside. So, doon ko nakikita yung mga thought patterns ko, doon ko mas naiintindihan yung sarili ko, ano yung mga naiisip ko. So, just allowed me to be more aware, be more present, but not only with the surroundings, but with also what's happening inside my head. So, every time nakakatch ko siya, I just take a deep breath and just say the positive I am words. I am capable. I am worthy. I am loved. I am compassionate. Up until medyo nakita ko sa buhay ko, unti-unti ko nang siyang nalelet ko. So, yun. It's having a constant mindfulness practice so that you'll be able to catch those small talks inside your head and change it right away into a positive self-talk.
I love that. Using affirmations because again, yung iba nga sa atin is we're very, very like auditory in a sense. So if we talk, when we say affirmations, we hear it back. So it provides feedback din sa atin. And I just love that. I think one thing that I really admire is that now the fears are always going to be there.
Yeah.
They will always talk, right? But now, as you're meditating, as you're grounding yourself, as you're reminding yourself of these affirmations, you kind of talk back. Na parang, no, okay, laban, ano kita ngayon? I'll talk back. I'll listen to you, andyan ka, hindi kita tatanggalin.
Yeah.
But I'll talk back. Right? And one thing that you mentioned, because I really love the concept about the fear of success, and I think you explained it really well. One thing that you showed earlier was the fear of failure. And the fear of failure is, you said that it's just a neutral feedback.
Yeah.
Can you expound on that? Can you explain that a little bit more?
Basically, like for example, I experienced a lot of failures. Like siguro probably every month may major or what. But nakikita ko, every time I fail, instead na tumambay ako doon at ma-disappoint at sabihin ko, oh, I'm a failure.
Mahirap talagang maiwan ng taong mahal. Pero mas mahirap ang masiraan ng kotse sa gitna ng daan. Don't let this happen again. It's time to upgrade with AutoDeal, an all-in-one platform for your car needs. Para sa sulit and wide selection of promos and trustworthy sales agent, sagot na ng AutoDeal yan. AutoDeal can bring you one tap closer to your dream car with more than 450 highly rated partner car dealers nationwide. So, no need to worry for your next road trip. Visit autodeal.com.ph to get the best car deals.
So, now that you are able to mitigate that fear and you just ready, fire, aim, and then you, every time the fear shows up, you kind of affirm yourself, you remind yourself. Now I want to head on because I feel like those are the things that you did when you were starting.
Yeah.
Right now, you're on another level. How are you able to just keep on growing and to just constantly search for different ways? And if there's a practice or an advice that you can give to them para they would not settle or they would just, because I feel like exponential talaga yung growth mo. How are you able to keep up the pace? Ano-ano yung mga lessons na pwede mong ma-share din sa kanila para magawa nila yan?
Got it. Two things. Number one, having a massive purpose that is bigger than you. And what I mean by this is, okay, papasok ako sa isang career or may gawin ako isang bagay, but it's not just about me earning money or helping my family. It's also about me contributing to the world. Ano yung pwede kong maibigay, maitulong, especially to the people who were like me before. And I want to help them because parang pakiramdam ko regalo sa akin to ng Diyos na opportunity or probably responsibility for me to show it, to share it with a lot of people so that they'll be able to be healed and at the same time be able to create the life that they want. So number one, having that massive purpose that I also want to share who is bigger than me. Hindi lang tungkol sa akin. Number two, staying grounded. Parang, I'll just, sa totoo lang bro, yung sinabi mong massive, exponential, hindi siya masyadong mag-register sa utak ko because I feel I'm still starting up until now.
Wow.
Parang, hindi ko masabi, parang there's one conversation, like, during the Empowered Deep Dive 2, sabi sa akin nila Paulo Castro, ayan sila, si Mark Anzalim, kausap kami. So, anong feeling na ikaw rockstar dito? Sabi ko, bro, hindi ko magets. Hindi mag-register sa akin. Parang, siguro it's also part of paano maging grounded or parang yung laging beginner's mindset palagi. Nakatulong yung araw-araw kong pagdadasal, brother. Na everything that I have, lahat at pati mga na-experience ko ngayon, pahiram sa akin to eh. Hindi ko to pagmamayari kahit na binili ko to or what. These are all just pahiram. So therefore, I lay down my life and just surrender to what He wants me to do. And that's the reason why anchored din to sa mga mga ideas eh, parang sa totoo lang, wala na akong goal like tangible. I feel like I'm living my dream life right now. What I really want to do is to help. That is my heart. So, pag hindi ako nagdadasal, pagka inaangkin ko yung mga accolades, accomplishments, medyo pupunta siya sa ulo talaga eh. But if I just acknowledge this and surrender na pahiram lang to, but alam mo yun, hindi naman siya parang not worthy, but I feel happy because I was able to experience this right now. Yeah. Na hindi ko naman na-experience. I feel grateful. But I also acknowledge that I don't have entitlement to all of these things.
Maganda.
These are all just gifts. And, yun.
Yeah, ang ganda nun. I actually got goosebumps from that. Kasi now I see that you're just living an infinite game. You're playing the infinite game, not just the finite game of goals, of reaching this part. And I could really resonate with that because one thing that I experienced as well, last year, I set my goals, really big goals, really scary goals, 1 million followers, Spotify exclusive, ganyan, lahat. And then I reached them. And then I felt empty.
Yeah, I know.
I felt empty. So after, there's a lot of backstory into it. I'm not going to get into it today. But after that, now, you know what I feel like? I feel that everything is just a bonus. Yeah. Lahat na nangyayari. And I could feel that you feel the same way. Na parang, I'm a rock star. Okay, this is just bonus. Mm-hmm. The part of helping others is the win itself. The goals, the numbers, the accomplishments, very grateful.
Yeah.
But it's just the side thing. It's a side thing that you can be grateful for. It's not the main thing that you're really aiming for. But you're helping. The thing that you're really proud of is you're helping it, and I feel like that's a calling. That's a purpose, right? And one thing I think one of the last questions that I would ask is, you mentioned surrender, but from your work ethic, I know that you really just work, grind. Let's make it work, hustle, and then there's a part of it that's just surrender. How do you balance that?
I guess the reason why, people see me working a lot, parang hustle, grind. But for me, it's not work. It's play. Because yun yung gusto kong gawin eh. I mean, it doesn't take me too much effort to do what I love. I just surrender to it. I just answer to the call. Na okay, ito yung kailangan kong gawin. I don't have to force myself to do it because I love what I do. And looking back during the times na nag-uumpisa ako, there are things that I don't want to do, but I need to do.
Yeah.
Or I have to do. Up until now. And babalik lang ako sa sagot ko sa tanong na, bakit ko ba to ginagawa? Para saan? And then, pagka binabalik ko siya doon, ginaground ko yung sarili ko doon, para siyang relationship, brother. Parang it's a constant, hindi to kagaya ng mga naisip ko dati, na parang, okay, I just have to find what I do and I just have to find what I love to do and gagawin ko yun. But little did I know, on a macro scale, merong mga menial tasks doon na ayokong gawin. Pero kailangan kong gawin.
Yeah.
So, understanding that there is a process for your dreams or for your vision to happen, and just acknowledging and accepting and just loving the process, because it's like this is my craft. This is my creation. Parang kumbaga kung nagpipinta ako in business, ito yung pinipinta ko, parang ganun. So, if I understand that there is a process for my vision or for my dreams to happen, sulitin ko na yung mga maliliit na moments na to. Kasi pag nangyari na yung main stage, di ko na ma-appreciate yung main stage kasi kinalimutan ko yung proseso. Or baka hindi pa ako mapunta dun.
Yeah.
dahil hindi ko minamahal yung proseso. Now, I love every second of it. Kita mo yung saya ko dito kanina, bro. Para akong bata. Shit. Wow, I love this. That feeling of parang gratitude and just staying parang like equal level na tao tayo, walang status, walang whatever. It helps me on my career as well because it helps me to stay connected or feel connected to people. And yun yung trabaho ng coach eh. Yun yung trabaho ng planner. Parang kung malaki ulo ko, hindi ako makakonect sa tao, sa kahit kanino at selective ako. How would I able to help a lot of people?
Ganda. Now, it's not just the people that you want to help, yung matutulungan. It's everyone na makasalamuha mo. Whether it's the CEO that you really admire or the taxi driver na nasakyan mo, right? The guard na nag-open ng pintuan. Now you can connect to them on a deeper level because you just love every second of it. One last question that I would ask would be...
Last na, gusto ko pa, bro.
Okay, awat pa yan. Masaya ba? Masaya. Yeah. So one of the last questions.
Okay.
One of the last questions that I would ask. How do you keep that excitement going? Because I think that's, for me, one of the things that I really wanted to ask you on a personal level. Because you feel so excited every single time that I see you. Just like, let's go! Parang sabi nga nila Leo, we were meeting, diba, the other day. Parang sabi nila na, hindi, hype man yun. Hype man yun eh. How do you keep the excitement going?
I guess it's allowing yourself to be childlike for the things that you're excited about to do. Parang, di ba, may mga bagay tayong excited tayong gawin. Yeah. Sometimes, parang hindi natin siya ina-express kasi sasabihin ng tao na, ba't masyadong excited? Or ano ba, first time mo ba? Or parang for me, first time ko, bakit? So, masaya ako gawin. Parang, it's just allowing me to, parang, ang saya lang to allow yourself to be childlike. Di ba, pag, uy, Jollibee! Di ba, parang ganun. I still keep that spirit. And, parang for me, it doesn't matter what other people say because this gives me happiness to be able to express my excitement, my joy, my enthusiasm. So, and parang nakakatuwa lang din kasi ito talaga ako eh. Parang before kasi like, nung di pa ako nagdi-discovery, parang yun nga yung experience ko sa dad ko, di ba? Parang di ko ramdam kung happy siya, excited siya, proud siya. So, nung nagagaya ko siya unconsciously, parang na-experience ko na parang may block, parang may gustong kumawala sa sarili ko na hindi ako to eh. This is not my essence. Uh-huh. So, nung unti-unti ako na-immerse sa programs ng IM Plus, tas natutunan ko yung essence, vulnerability, being honest, being open. So, dahil mas na-express ko siya, mas naturally happy ako, at mas naturally hindi ako natatakot sa sasabihin ng ibang tao because every single day, I express who I am, how I wanted to express.
Yeah, and I love that. Being childlike. I think if everyone, it's not really isip bata but more on allowing yourself to have that excitement, to have that curiosity, to have that love and compassion and not judge other people, just become curious with other people. I think that just allows us to have a happier life and have a more fulfilling life as well.
And it's also for me, it's also choosing myself over other people. And when I choose myself, every time I choose myself, lagi kong inuuna sarili ko, tapos lalabas na ako serving other people, hindi ako ubos, hindi ako drained. Because my frame of mind is, ako muna. So that I'll be able to share to other people. Kasi mahirap unahin ko yung ibang tao, wala nang natitira sa akin. Baka, I wouldn't be able to keep going if that's the case. So me allowing myself to be childlike during the times na or express yung mga bagay na nagpapa-excite sa akin is me choosing myself so that I'll be able to share it to other people as well.
What are some practices in that sense, in the sense of you choosing yourself? Can you share some practices that you do, any daily practices that you want to share with the people?
Daily routine, basic. I guess naririnig na natin to sa mga ibang mga tao or mga influential people. Daily routine, morning routine, evening routine. So this is just basic. We have an accountability group, 5 a.m. So meditate kami, 5 to 5:30, then 5:30 to 6 a.m. sharing. And then at 6 o'clock, I do my workout from 7 o'clock. And then 7 to 7:30, I breakfast. And then 7:30 to 8 a.m., I ligo na, I prepare. I prime myself to work. So from 5 all the way to 8, it's all about giving to myself. And it keeps me going throughout hanggang gabi. So pag gabi, of course, kailangan ko ng winding down time. Kailangan ko mag-wind down. So, kiklear ko muna yung mga inbox ko, yung calendar, para wala na akong kasi minsan pag matutulog ako, parang ang daming gumugulo sa isip ko eh. So, ikiklear ko na. And then, ligo ako, hot shower, and then nakapajama na ako. Uupo muna ako sa chair ko with a notebook. Pipikit lang ako. Uubusin ko muna yung mga tumatakbo sa isip ko. So, through journaling. So, ang daming lumalo sa ideas, ano yung mga nasa isip ko, whatever tumatay. So, pag ubus na siya, tulog na ako.
Wow. Okay, so I think a lot of people, and you said it, lahat na naririnig na natin to paulit-ulit, lalo na if you're listening to the podcast, like morning routines, you gotta do it. You just gotta do it. It sets up your day. With that kind of mindset, I believe then if you can win your day, if you can win your morning, you can win your day. And if you win your day, you can win your week. If you win your week, you can win your month, and then you can win your life, right? So you just sharing that. Yeah, you wanna add something?
Medyo kulang yun, bro.
Sige. Go.
Kasi ito yung madalas na nababasa ko rin sa book tsaka sa YouTube eh. Daily routine. I realized there are moments in our lives. The question is, how do you practice choosing yourself, diba?
Yeah.
There are moments in our lives that there is a call for you to choose yourself that would really prepare you to the big things. Okay? For example, me, kasi may mga tao naman na consistent sa morning routine, sa personal development. But when it comes to business, medyo settling for average or mediocre. So, na-experience ko yun before eh. Parang I realized na kung yung commitment ko in terms of my personal development, dadalhin ko sa lahat ng aspeto ng aking buhay. Hindi lang sa physique or sa morning routine, hindi lang kailangan sa business, ganun din ako. So, me choosing to stay consistent and staying committed to my craft, to my business, and not settling for average is also me choosing myself. And pag dinala ko rin ito sa relationship ko, me choosing to express my love to my family, kahit ano man yung sasabihin nila sa akin, kung corny ako or cheesy ako, is me choosing myself. So, that's it.
I love that. Na choosing yourself is not just, kasi I think that's the pitfall eh. Diyan natatrap yung mga tao na pinili ko yung sarili ko naman sa umaga. Pagdating ng gabi, drained na drained. No, you gotta be able to choose yourself every moment in your life. Na even though it's giving, it's serving, it's still choosing yourself because you're allowing yourself to be who you are.
Yeah, and it's also, di ba may mga gusto tayong gawin, tapos natatakot tayo. You acknowledging that fear, but still choosing to do it anyway, is also you choosing yourself.
Ganda. So, in any case, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's in your business, it's always important to choose yourself. Why is it important? What happens now if I don't choose myself? What do you think are the consequences are?
I guess, dalawa lang yung nakikita ko eh. When I choose myself, it's because I'm operating from love, not from fear. Okay? Now, if I'm not choosing myself because I'm operating from fear, I'm stuck. Wala akong mapupuntahan. I'm here, whining, feeling victimized because I have these fears, uncertainties, doubts, worries. But it's understanding that where are you operating? Are you operating out of fear or out of love?
Yeah.
So me, when I choose to operate out of love, it's also not only choosing me, but it's also part of self-love.
Yeah. And it just really, goes to show na we have that calling every single day to choose to, pour or fill our cup first before we can share it with others. And we can do that in every moment. I think that's one of the biggest downloads that I got from you right now na, why are people they choose themselves sa morning, pero pag sa tanghali, pag sa hapon na, bigay naman sa iba, whether sa iba or sa fears mo, you choose your fears over yourself. So if you just choose yourself, you will live a life with no regrets.
Yeah, I love that.
Walang regrets because you're always choosing yourself, whether the outcome is the outcome that you've expected or not.
Yes.
If you choose yourself, you'll always be happy with what happened.
Whatever the outcome is.
Yeah. I love that. And I just really want to highlight, because I think this is kind of like the daily thing that people can get out of this. Because you talked about how important it is to choose yourself in the morning and in the hours after. But what's really surprising was the winding down part. And for me, I kind of know that already, but I don't know how to put that into a habit or into a lifestyle. Now, if you want to have a good morning routine, you need to have a good evening routine.
Correct.
How or what's the importance of that? And can you share what did you learn when you started to do that kind of evening routine?
Simple lang to eh. Pagka hindi ako nag-evening routine, wasak yung umaga ko, wasak yung buong araw ko. And for me, parang ayokong mangyari yun. Number one, ang daming taong nakaasa sa organisasyon ko ngayon, bro.
Yeah.
Parang sa akin na, again, still operating out of love. Hindi ako okay na okay ako financially and they are not.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why I am responsible in terms of keeping myself better and better every single day, or allowing myself to grow, because I'm the lid. I'm their ceiling. I wanna bring them to where I am, or maybe kung nasaan si Coach Russ, or kung saan ko pa sila madadala. And I just have to stay consistent about it. Is it a burden to me? Not really. Why? I see myself growing. I see myself getting better. And I see my people in my organization getting better, and it gives me so much fulfillment. Now, hindi ko pwedeng hayaang wasak yung buong araw ko. So, hindi ko pwedeng hayaang wasak yung araw ko. Hindi ko pwedeng hayaang wasak ang gabi ko. Yun lang.
Ganda. Ang ganda. So, it's really setting yourself up to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. The evening is really where you win.
Yeah, especially kahit, let's say wala akong organization.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm just a content creator like that. And I see my numbers growing. A lot of people are looking up to me. If hindi ako mag-grow as a person, I wouldn't be able to provide them a better value, then I'll stay stuck.
Yep. I love that. So, it's, of course, people around you will get affected, but it really boils down to, you're not going to achieve your maximum potential if you're not setting yourself up to win, and not you're not setting yourself up to see that potential in the next day.
And if I could have a selfish agenda with all of the things that I'm doing, I just want to see myself on its maximum potential. That is my only selfish agenda.
Because now you're also giving like a model to the people around you. And what I love about that is, if you, kasi yan din natutunan ko, if you really want to change the world, change yourself.
Yeah.
Because then you become a thermostat, not a thermometer. You set the world around you. So if you become if you allow yourself to be a happy person, you live in a happy world. Right? And if you allow yourself to be excellent, to be successful, then the world around you also becomes excellent and successful. And that's just how important setting yourself up to win is.
Yeah, nakaka-excite din kasi. Parang curious ako, what would it be like if I stay consistent? What would it be like kung gagawin ko to and I stay committed? Parang nakaka-excite lang to see yourself on a different level after another.
Yeah. And I love that kasi when you say that, now what would it look like? What would it be like? You're operating not from a pressured standpoint na I gotta be this, I gotta be that in the future. You're just curious.
Yes.
And now, you're just excited.
Yeah.
Hindi ka pressured. Gusto mo lang makita, paano kaya? Ano kaya? What if Diba? I know a lot of people have what ifs in their lives, but maybe that's the what if we should be asking. What if this works out? What if this would lead us to a better life? What if this decision, what if this action will actually give us the life that we want?
And that's where magic happens.
That's where magic happens.
Kasi makikita mo, what would it be like? Then you stay consistent. Then you're happy with what you're doing. You see a lot of opportunities opening up for you right now. And ito na, ganito pala yung, alam mo yung mga brand deals, ganun. Thank you po Thank you. Pero ganun pala yun. Kasi syempre first time ko di ba? Yeah. Parang, wow. So, amazing.
Yeah, I love that. And, we could talk for hours. But I want to ask you, again, one final piece of advice for everyone who just wants to say as inspired as you are, as excited that you are, and just want to bring this grateful but at the same time very motivated self in their lives. What is the final piece of advice that you would give to them?
Very simple. Let go of the pressure that you are putting to yourself, because your parents, your friends, your social media, they're not pressuring you. You're the one putting pressure on you. So let go of that, kasi wala ka namang kalaban Bakit ka nagmamadali, di ba? Your only competitor is the person you are looking right in front of the mirror. That's you. Your only goal and aim is for you to be better to the person that you're looking in front of the mirror every single day, so that you get to be better every single week, every single month, for the entire year. Wala kang kakarera dito. Man, let go of the pressure, stay happy, and always choose yourself.
I love that. Again, thank you so much for just sharing your energy, sharing your good vibes, and sharing all of the lessons that you shared here tonight. But before I actually let you go, I have a small segment here on Small Talk. It's called Real Talk.
Oh,
so it's kind of like a fast talk, pero very wholesome questions naman. So the mechanics for this is just answer the question with either one word, one phrase, or one sentence.
One word, one phrase, one sentence.
Yeah, no explanation. But
okay.
you know, guys, the people who listen to the podcast, they know that I always break my own rule if the answers are really interesting. But yeah, the first question is, how do you define success?
How do I define success? Success is you having the ability to do what you love, because you are spending your most valuable asset, not your money. It's your time. When you spend it, you're not able to win it back. Yeah. So, me doing what I love is already success for me.
I love that. Now, how do you define happiness?
Happiness for me is not just a feeling, but it's also a choice. Me choosing to be happy every moment. So hindi ko alam yung definition Yun, brother.
Yeah, I love that. Happiness is a choice, right? Next question would be, if you were to be an animal, what animal would you be?
Animal? Siguro na ako ngayon. Eagle na ako ngayon.
Wow. Okay. Why eagle?
Because lumilipad ka ng mataas, and at the same time, you can see kung ano yung nakikita mo within your radius, and it allowed me to appreciate God's beautiful creation.
Ganda. I love that. Thanks for sharing that. Now, fourth question would be, what's the worst advice you have ever received?
What's the worst advice? Go to school.
Okay. Alam mo, what's funny? Because ginesting ko rin si Timawa, sila Leo.
Talaga?
Yan din yung sinabi nila. Yan din yung worst advice. Sabi nila, loko kayo, loko kayo. Anyway, last question. What is the best advice you have ever received?
Best advice? Surrender to God's calling.
I love that. Again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single moment that you're here. Please, I know that you have a podcast. It's called Impact Nation.
Yeah, Impact Nation PH.
Impact Nation PH. Please promote it here on Small Talk. And also, if you want to promote your projects, incoming projects, and also where they can find you online to check on your work.
Yeah. So check out my podcast. Sa kaumpisa ko lang din siya ngayon. So I guess we have a couple of episodes pa lang. So you can check it out on Spotify, Impact Nation PH. You can find me, my socials on TikTok, MJ Aguilar_official, Instagram, MJ Aguilar official. You can also see me on my Facebook, MJ Aguilar. And a project that we're actually currently working on right now, we are actually organizing the first and biggest finance TikTok edu-creator. The venue is TBA. Alec is part of it. So I'm excited because this is our gift for those people who are supporting us since day one. It's all for free. We're going to meet face to face. Stay tuned to our socials, to our announcements, and we're just excited to launch it for you guys.
Amazing. Again, guys, MJ Aguilar, search him. You love his work. And of course, stay tuned for the first and biggest. I am actually freaking excited for that. It's going to be amazing. The venue is to be announced. But again, the biggest gathering of financial content creators in the Philippines is going to be here. Be excited for that. And we're going to give it all for free. So see you guys very soon. And again, if you like this episode, go ahead and check out... if you like this episode, go ahead and share this on your socials. On your Instagram, do not forget to tag me at Alec Cuenca and of course at MJ Aguilar_official. And yeah, check out my other social platforms as well. On TikTok, I'm also doing video vlogging now. I also know that you're vlogging, right? So check us out on YouTube as well. And yeah, again, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And yeah, my name is Alec Cuenca. This is Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. Now exclusively on Spotify, powered by Anchor. And I'll see you guys next episode. Peace.
The views and opinions expressed by the podcast creators, hosts, and guests do not necessarily reflect the official policy and position of Podcast Network Asia, the hosts of the program, or other programs of the network. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.